Hello everyone, Thomas here, the creator of Independent Academy, bringing you another video on the Money on Chain platform. Last time we took a look at the dollar on chain stablecoin. So today we're going to focus on the other more important token from the platform, and that is the Bpro. Okay, so Bpro stands for Bitcoin Pro. This is, like we said before, the smartest strategy for a Bitcoin holder. So Bpro is perfect for those of us who believe that Bitcoin is gonna continue to grow in the future. Yes, Bitcoin is volatile, meaning its value can go down from time to time, but over the long run, Bitcoin tends to be a really good investment. If you take a quick look at CoinMarketCap, and I probably should have this ready for you guys, but we will take a look at the price of Bitcoin over time. If we zoom out, if you're not focused too much on the day-to-day movements of the token, which yes, it is extremely volatile, but I'll show you if we zoom out completely, even though as today we're still very far away from its all-time high, you can see that, you know, it goes from almost nothing to like that. And yes, it has dropped and it is continued to rise. But if you believe that Bitcoin, even though it has these very dramatic ups and downs, over the long term is going to continue to appreciate, then Bpro is the perfect token to invest on the long term appreciation. And we can see this right here in the website. This number means that right now Bpro is worth 19.1% higher than Bitcoin itself. So the token of Bpro is following the price of Bitcoin, but with a little leverage. So that means that when Bitcoin goes up, Bpro is going to go up higher, and when Bitcoin goes down, Bpro is going to drop a little lower. So it's a slightly more volatile Bitcoin, but that means that if in the long term Bitcoin is going to grow in value, Bpro is going to grow more than Bitcoin itself. I'm not saying you should keep all your Bitcoins in Bpro, but you might want to consider having a slight allocation of your Bitcoins into Bpro, because it also offers a lot of other benefits. You know, the price appreciation is probably the most important aspect of Bpro. I think in the Academy we recommend thinking of Bpro as a long-term investment in Bitcoin itself. Okay, so HODL and earn. What does this mean? This means that if you're holding Bpro, you're not only gaining that leverage, which is very nice to have, meaning that the price of Bpro is going to rise higher than Bitcoin itself. We can see it here. This is Bitcoin and this is Bpro. It's the same, but with that extra leverage. But also, it gives you the ability to earn part of the transaction fees that are happening on the Money on Chain platform. So by holding Bpro, you are generating a passive cash flow in Bitcoin itself. So you're earning more Bitcoin the longer you hold the Bpro token, which is amazing. It's a way that you can bet on Bitcoin long term. You can earn passive Bitcoin while you're holding the asset, and it also offers mock liquidity mining. This is a very important concept. So basically, if you hold Bpro, you earn a small percentage of mock tokens every day, and you do this just for holding the token. So if you have Bpro in your wallet, you are passively accumulating more Bitcoin and mock tokens. And the mock tokens, you can choose to keep them. Remember, the mock token is like investing in the platform itself. So you can keep them if you think the money on chain platform is going to continue to grow, or you can sell them for more Bitcoin. Okay, so again, you're not only betting on the long-term appreciation of Bitcoin, which has traditionally been a great strategy. And in the Independent Academy, we believe that owning digital assets, it's one of the best ways to pursue our personal independence. And Bitcoin is the most valuable and the most important digital asset ever created. So if you can bet on the long-term appreciation of Bitcoin, you can earn passive Bitcoin while you're waiting for your Bitcoin to grow in value, and you're also acquiring this mock token that you can keep or you can sell for more Bitcoin. Then we start to see how Bpro can play a really, really important and crucial role in our portfolio allocation. If we have this mentality of, oh no, how can we become more independent, and how can we make our current cash flow generate investments that will create more cash flow for us. So Bpro is a great way to do so. Here we have the charts, and we can see that even though Bpro is more volatile than Bitcoin, even when it goes down, it never drops below the price of Bitcoin itself, and it keeps a nice, almost very similar trajectory, right? So this is something very, very important to keep in mind. And yes, the thing to have in mind is that the cash flow in Satoshis that I'm referring to, so the Bitcoin that you're earning passively, they are going into the price of Bpro itself, because Bpro is collateralized by Bitcoin. Okay, so that means that in order to get Bpro, we need to deposit Bitcoin into the money on chain dApp. So Bpro can be redeemed by Bitcoin, and all the fees that people are paying in the money on chain application, those fees are paid in Bitcoin, okay, and that goes to the Bpro holders. So how do you get them? Well, they are going into the price of Bpro itself, okay. So this, if we go back, this 19%, that is taking into account the passive cash flow of Satoshis. That's something that's very important to understand, that the cash flow is inherent in the Bitcoin price. So in order to access that cash flow, we would need to redeem our Bpro for Bitcoin. So when we give our Bpro back into the platform and we take the Bitcoin collateral, that's how we cash out our passive earnings. So I'm going to show you very quickly. If you go into the side screen here in the Bpro token, here's where you can mint and redeem, which we will see in our step-by-step tutorials. This video is just an overview, so you understand what the token is, how it works. And we're going to go to the metrics section. I'm going to quickly explain to you what this all means. Okay, so this means total RBTC in the system versus the doc that are being issued. So all this is the collateral for the docs, which is great. Like we seen in the previous video, global coverage of doc is 20 times. So why are there more Bitcoin as collateral for the doc token? This is because the extra collateral is being provided by the Bpro token. When you create Bpro, you're adding Bitcoin into the collateral of doc. So basically, we need Bpro holders in order to be able to mint more doc. And that's why there are so many incentives in the money on chain platform to get you to mint Bpro. They're giving you a lot of incentives. They're giving you passive cash flow in Satoshis, and they give you liquidity mining of the mock token. So all this is an incentive for you to mint Bpro, because the more Bpro the platform has, the more secure the platform becomes, okay? That is very important. Bpro holders are at the heart of the money on chain platform, and that's why all these incentives are there for you to become a Bpro holder. Here we can see the current leverage. Okay, so this is what I was telling you before. Right now is 1.05. It tends to go up and down slightly, but around the 1.5 number. And basically this number is gonna vary depending on how many people are holding Bpro at that particular time and how many docs are being issued and redeemed. So it's a complicated mathematical formula that you can find in the Money on Chain white paper if you want to check it out. But this number will update in real time. All of this is information taken from the blockchain itself, so it's 100% transparent, and you can see it with, like I said, just 2 clicks. You just go into metrics and you can see it. It's very, very transparent. We can see how many Bpros have been minted already and how we could redeem, because again, once you start redeeming the Bpro, then the global coverage for docs is going to start to go down. And like we said before, the system will remain fully operational if this number is above 4. So if everybody would like to redeem their Bpro right now, only 1,049 would be able to do so. And the others will have to wait until the price of Bitcoin goes up or until people redeem doc and the global coverage starts going up again. So that's something that's important to keep in mind. Bpro holders, my recommendation is that you should consider Bpro as a very long-term investment in the price of Bitcoin itself. So the Bpro that you are holding, the longer you hold it, the better, because you're gonna earn more passive satoshis, you're gonna earn more passive MOC, and you can just wait until the price of Bitcoin continues to go up. And in future videos, and if you go to independentacademy.org, you will find all our guides and tutorials on what you can do with Bpro token. You can actually use it in other platforms to compound your earnings. But just by holding it in your wallet, you are getting a bunch of really, really good benefits. And if you consider it as a long-term position in Bitcoin that also grants you passive income, is one of the easiest ways of outperforming Bitcoin and start to generate this passive cash flow. Right? In the Independent Academy roadmap, we have several levels of independence that we are trying to guide people through. And one of the most important, or at least once you get to the stage that you already have established cash flow through your business and you start to acquire digital property, digital assets like Bitcoin, then it's a good idea to start to think how I can create a cash flow with my assets so I can diversify my income and in that way become much more resilient and much more independent. And to me, Bpro is probably the easiest way to do it. And yeah, so I hope you had a good understanding of Bpro. Let me know in the if you're watching this on YouTube or any other social media, leave a comment if there's a question or something that was not being understood correctly. If you're watching this in the Academy, you can just post and I will answer you. And hopefully with this back and forth, we can improve the quality of our guides, tutorials and videos, and we can get this information out to as much people as possible. All right, so see you in the next one. Thank you.